Alrighty, here's another updated video for everybody trying to figure out how to do diesel heaters. I got an 18 Silverado, it's a diesel, pulling a 24-foot box trailer, 4 solar panels in the front. They'll charge my batteries on the inside. Yes, the diesel heater's inside. I have an aluminum 17-gallon tank. You can buy it out of eBay, Amazon, whatever y'all want to buy it from. Buy yourself a 17-gallon fuel tank, full strap. Have the weld shop add a strap all the way through it to come out the bottom. You can't hold 5 gallons of gas out with your arm straight out, let alone 17 gallons. So you want a full strap, not a tab. A tab can break off riding down the road, so full strap ain't gonna break. Full bolt, quarter 20s, 3M tape through the bolt through the wall, tape it to the wall so it has no vibration, don't move. Fill up with diesel, have them weld on a bulkhead with a ball valve so I can shut my line off. I don't need it running gravity feeding inside of my diesel heater when it's not in use. I want it off. Yes, I have a 30,000 BTU heater in there too. Why? It's snowing out and it's cold, and if something breaks I need another option. So 2 full propane tanks, 17 gallons of diesel fuel, plus I still retain the 1 gallon fuel tank in there. 4 solar panels, I get juice. So anyway, how do we get all this juice to run this diesel heater? I spend 7 days up in the UP Newberry area and riding. It's like a upgrade in your car audio. Take a 0 gauge off that factory battery post. I 0 gauged that off, went to the battery so I can get big power, not that little tiny wire that comes off to charge the battery. That ain't big enough. I want big power. So I came off that into here, and then from there went into the big fuse A&L, ran that shit to the back, run it down the frame, bring it down to the back to an Anderson plug. That's what they call them. They sell caps separately. They don't come with caps, but basically to us it's a high-low plug. I did a chassis ground because I got enough grounds all over this trailer anyway. But I got chassis ground, and then the hot goes into the trailer to the batteries in there. Again, the other half of the Anderson plug right here looks like a high-low plug. We'll get to the battery juice thing here in a minute, but I'm going to show you. Got a digital voltmeter up there, 13 volts. I haven't done anything to it. It's just God charging my batteries all day, every day. I don't do nothing to it. I do have a trickle charger in there, but the cord for the trickle charger's hanging. That hasn't even been on there. It's over here in the trees, just sitting there chilling. But if you take that Anderson plug, shove it in there, and start this baby up, this bullshit is a normal size taillight wire. That shit in there ain't nothing but a strand of multiple little taillight wires. Ain't no bigger than that. So you think that's going to charge a car battery? No, not if you're sucking it. So you need the alternator to give to the battery. The battery needs to get it back here as big, quick, fast as it can because I'm using it and I don't want to wait. So you take that sucker, and we get her plugged in now. And we just went from 13 to 15.1. Hello. Jack that shit in there. Solar controller. Cut the wires off. Just solder the right color to the right color. Add an extension. That's just an add-on piece somewhere up in the wall here. I've chopped it off and made it longer. Run it down through the wall and put it back into the front of the diesel heater like it's supposed to. You want to suck hot air. I don't get it. Everybody wants to put it up here on the wall and the hot air's up here. It's cold down there, but it's hot up here. So you mount it on the wall, so you just want to circulate hot air. I don't want to circulate hot air. I want to eat that. If I can eat that into that, then make that hot air. I don't want to heat the hot air on the ceiling like the rest of you guys do. Granted, this thing's been built for like 4 years, so this is an old setup to me, but new to you. Take a heater register vent, full size for your house, cut it in half, chop it off, screw it down here, just make a box. I made a register box. So all the air inside that box has to come from the floor only. It has to eat this cold shit off the floor. Once it eats it off the floor, PVC pipe elbow it right into the back of that heater. The heater will eat cold air, take the coldest air in the room into there, warm it up, then shoot it back out down the line to the vents to dry my coats up my tree so I can dry off all my boots and all my gloves. And these are just caps. Usually have them at Menards. Some kind of a vent cap to keep the birds out of your plumbing, I guess, out of a building is what they state. But that being said, I got the power wires running off the power cells, car audio. Power cells, not normal batteries. These are for car audio. These are two 4800s. Anderson plug for my truck, so my truck is shoving 0 gauge into this. Yeah, I got a 0 gauge on it, but that goes up to a AC-DC converter there if I needed 110 for something. But outside of that, the power goes into two 4800s, so you're pushing basically 9,000 plus watts, 10,000 watts, whatever. Sure. But my diesel fuel line comes in, follow it along. You want to run it to a filter. So now we got an inline filter in here, stop any shit from the outside tank. Then it goes over to that T, so that yellow line in the top, into the top ball valve, shut the 17 gallons off. The other ball valve here in the bottom, probably easier on this door. The other ball valve there on the bottom is the one that runs for the 1 gallon off of this tank here. So that way I can shut the 1 gallon tank off. Always have 1 gallon as a reserve. Don't get rid of it, just keep it. And then that line to the left spins around and goes right back into our diesel heater right here. So I have technically 17 gallons of diesel fuel outside, another gallon right there. I stay in the UP for 12 days, 7 days, whatever it is, it's a week. Stay up there. I don't run out of gas. I got enough. More than enough power. Definitely charging. Got everything we need for voltage, so diesel heater, power. I do have a sprayer tank I bought off from the internet, or Quality Farm and Fleet. So there's a sprayer tank in there strapped in. I got drains and plumbing lines and stuff all hooked to it, but it's got a 12 volt pump. So I have water for my sink. But that's how you get juice and heat in your trailer. There's the propane. Again, put it to the floor. Stop putting it so damn high. You want to eat the cold air. If this thing just sits here and heats up hot air, that's all you're going to have is heated hot air. I want to heat the cold air. I got to heat the cold air off the floor. 2 bunk beds. That's the wheel well. You can't do nothing with that. It's a wheel hump. So box it in, and then you got to make beds with what's left. Same on the other side. 2x4s, marked driver's side, front, back, whichever it is. Top hole for the top. The next hole for that bed. The next hole down there is for that bed. So these just get set up right here. Drop the bed down, line up the hole, shove a pin in it. It ain't gotta be rocket science. We're not here jumping around. We're not school kids. Take a 3/8 bolt, shove it in the hole. Once it's inside my bed, I just put about 2 threads on the nut like that. It's beautiful. We're not going nowhere. You're just laying your ass down. You're not doing nothing with it. So full kitchen cupboards, heat, got everything you need. Power, cupboards to put stuff in, and your dryer tree for your clothes, bibs, jackets. Outside that, I put a couple of black fence in there and there, just to even this air out around the room so that diesel heater doesn't stay in there and think it's that cold and try and think it needs to keep heating more. So try and give it an air vent through there. You get a couple extra ones when your snowmobile skis smash through the doors to open, you know. It's a gimme.